Alright, so it's 11:31. My little girl has been asleep like the last 20 minutes. I've been working on the computer while she's been sleeping. Just trying to. I was redoing my yard sale on Craigslist, is what I was doing. I made sure people now know it's rain or shine, they could show up and the yard sale will still be here, and, yeah, stuff like that. So I just updated my page, and, I checked out Facebook, and, need to find tape for my daughter's world map because the tape is no longer sticky enough for the wall. And I don't know where that is, but I've been looking for it, and now I'm sitting down, and I don't know, I think I'm going to go for a walk in a little bit. It is cold and windy outside. I think I'm going to take the car, though. I think we're going to go for a drive, actually, because I need to go and take down my yard sale signs, and then I need to make new yard sale signs, and I have to get the local taxes done, like, tomorrow. James has to fix the car today if he wakes up at a decent enough time. He's been working really hard. He worked really hard on his project yesterday and stuff when he got up. So, there is that. But yeah, I'm in a house full of sleeping people today. Oh, I was talking to Rose last night through text. Text is so hard, though. And, I don't allow anyone to touch my baby, right? No one's allowed to touch my baby because my baby doesn't like it. She has stranger danger. And she pulls away, and if someone touches too much, she cries. And people don't realize that they might be one person touching your baby, and people, like, they touch, and then they touch again, and then they touch again. Like, it's not just, like, one touch. They keep going in. They keep going after. Like, and that baby in particular, like, it doesn't have to be my baby, any baby in particular, that might be their 100th touch of the day. It might be their 150th touch of the day. You can't just let everyone touch your baby. Like, your baby has rights to their own body. I don't know what people don't understand about this. My baby doesn't owe someone else a touch. No. My baby loves everyone. From about 3 feet away, 5 feet away, she loves everyone. She does not like to be touched. She has stranger danger. It's a very good thing. I wouldn't want a child that just, hugs and clings to, like, anyone. There was a woman the other day who lost her baby. The lady made it on the mall. She let someone hold her infant. Mind blowing, right? No, you don't let someone just, oh yeah, we're talking a little bit, we're chatting it up. And then she took the baby and she ran. She ran away from the mother. She made it outside the mall. She ran away. She got into her car, and they didn't find this woman until the next day. As a nursing mama, that is not okay. As any mama, nursing or not, it doesn't matter how your baby's being fed. That is not okay. We're mammals anyway. You don't go and touch on another mammal's baby. You don't do that. I don't know why people do that. So, like, I know I'm really nice and I smile a lot and I talk to people. That doesn't give them the right to touch my baby. Like, I don't even know the person's name. I don't know you. I don't know your name. I don't know where you're from. I don't know where you live. I don't know when the last time was that you washed your hands. I don't know you. I don't know your bathroom habits. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know you. I don't know if you're drinking. I don't know if you're smoking. I don't know you. Like, you don't know anyone 100% ever. Like, the only person you know 100% is yourself. You live with yourself every day. You're with yourself every day. You love yourself. You do a lot of things by yourself. You know yourself. You know all the stories, all the pages, and you forget a lot of things about yourself, too. Like, a lot of times you need little refreshers. Like, do I actually like this? Why am I doing this? Is this society pressing this on me, or do I like to do this? You really have to, like, keep up with yourself, too. But, like, I don't like when people touch my baby. I don't like it. She doesn't like it. There's no reason for it. I don't know what's wrong with people when they do that. I don't know. I don't like it. But, like, anyway, I have this beautiful, and, yesterday, I was talking about Rose. Rose is like, oh yeah, you could trust me. Okay, I don't think that you're going to take my baby and run like the lady in the mall. Okay? No, I don't think you're going to take my baby and run. But it's not a trust issue. It's a my baby deserves to say yes or no to someone, whether or not she wants to be touched. Right now, she doesn't understand what no or yes even means yet. So if I, as the parent, let everyone touch her, what kind of message is that saying to her? that everyone's allowed to touch you, that your body isn't your own, that you don't own your own property. The only thing you own in your life is your body. It's the only thing that no one can take from you, no one can burn down, no one can, you own your body. Your clothes can be taken, your earrings, your glasses, your rings, your jewelry, like whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you put on, your makeup can wash away. Like, it's all washable, it's all takeable. The only thing that you own your skin, you own your blood, you own your bones, you own your marrow, you own your kidneys, you own that. That is yours. That's why you have to give permission to give it up to science when you die, if you want to. To be an organ donor or not, you have to give consent. You have to give consent. You should have to give consent to be embalmed, too. I don't know why. That's not, like, yeah, you do a will and you pick whether or not you want to be embalmed or whether or not you want to be cremated or whether or not you want to just bury it in the ground. But they don't really just bury people in the ground. They poison all the grubs with the embalming fluid, and it poisons the animals, and it poisons, because the grubs are the bottom feeders. And it goes all the way up. It poisons everything. We're poisoning our earth for, to look pretty at a funeral. No, that's not okay. That's not okay with me, But, I don't know why people think they have rights to go and touch another person's body. Like, I think the next time someone touches my baby, I'm going to want to explain it better. Be like, no, she owns her body. You can't go touching on her. And to be like, how about if this was your 50th touch of the day and just touch them, not once, not twice, but maybe 3 times, and be like, is that okay with you? How do you feel about that? I bet they'll get the message loud and clear, because I have a little girl. 1 in 3 little girls gets molested and raped in this country every single year. That's the statistic. It's 1 in 5, or it's 2 in 5 boys. So, or is it 1 in 4? 1 in 4 or 1 in 5? It's either 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 for boys. The numbers aren't much better for boys than they are for girls. So, if you have a little boy, don't think that, oh, yeah, strangers can touch him and just do whatever. There's this other story I read about in a store the other day. This woman and this man were shopping behind this mother of a 2-year-old. This lady had a 2-year-old. She's like, they usually say it's blonde-haired and blue-eyed babies that get taken, but she's like, my daughter doesn't match that. So she has a 2-year-old. She's in the store. She's in the checkout. This woman is touching her cart, talking to her daughter, right? The mother picks up the daughter. She comes in close, and she asks to hold the baby. No, lady, she doesn't know you. She's not going to let you hold her baby. Well, she tries to resist and hold her baby back, but I guess this mother let, her baby be touched by strangers a lot, and, other people hold her and do whatever with her. And the daughter reached out and clinged to this stranger. And the woman had a real reflection of, what is she teaching her daughter? What is she doing with her daughter? And clinged to the stranger's neck, and the stranger was holding her. Then, because the daughter clinged and pushed towards the stranger, and the daughter was being held by the stranger. The lady says, say goodbye to mommy. It makes the daughter say it to her mommy. Lady doesn't know this lady. She's with a man at the store. The woman is a mother who's alone. And so they're going through the checkout. She physically grabs her daughter back from this woman and physically pries her away from this woman into her own arms. And then she stands there and waits for them to leave until she actually puts anything on the cart. She's like, I did not put anything on the checkout line. I waited for them to leave. And so she is now holding her daughter, waiting for these people to leave. These two people finally leave. Then she, proceeds to check out. She's talking to the cashier very loudly, about how she didn't know these people. And the cashier was like, oh, I thought they were with you. I thought you knew them. Their body language spoke that you knew each other. You guys were very close, They were very close to her cart. They were very close to her daughter. Say goodbye to mommy. You don't make a child say something like that unless you're doing something, And then she noticed a guy in a closed checkout line, two checkouts over, staring at her. And she's like, these people usually work in threes. These people are not alone. They scope out the stores. They're looking for mothers that are there with their children by themselves. And then she goes into the blonde hair, blue-eyed, but her daughter doesn't match that. And they're not looking for just little girls. They're looking for little boys, too. And she's thinking that her daughter was almost taken for a sex traffic thing that's going on, apparently. Apparently it's going on and has been going on. I haven't heard about it, but apparently this happens, and there's so many little girls and little boys that go missing every day, every year. Why would you let strangers just go up and touch on your kids? Why would you let someone get that close? You know, why would you want to let someone get that close? Why wouldn't you discourage that so your children see, no, my mother said no to that person. No, don't touch me. I have the right to say, no, don't touch me. This is my body. This is my property. It doesn't belong to anybody. My daughter doesn't have to hug me when she's older if she doesn't want to, because I don't want her to think she has to hug anyone. My daughter doesn't have to give me a kiss on the cheek if she doesn't want to when she's older. I don't want my daughter to have to kiss anyone. I don't want my daughter to think that she's a piece of property that is owned by someone or something else. She is her own person. She is her own being. She's autonomous. She is her. No one else owns her. No one else will ever own her. No matter what, whether or not she's married, whether or not she has a partner, whether or not she's doing whatever she's doing. No one's allowed to touch her. And maybe that's cultural, because in my culture, you don't touch another woman without asking. Ever. And that's in the Jewish culture. You do not touch another woman without asking her. So there's certain days of the month you cannot touch a woman. It doesn't matter if she's 13, if she's 18, if she's 24, if she's 32, if she's 50. There's certain days of the month you cannot touch a woman. Her husband cannot touch her. Why would a stranger be allowed to touch your baby? It's not right. It's not right at all. And I think I have to be more clear when I'm explaining to people. It's not that I don't trust you. It's that I want my daughter to know that she has rights to her own space, to her own body. And that's what I have to start saying, because I don't really explain it that well. I'm like, don't touch her. She doesn't like to be touched. Because my daughter, if she gets touched too much, she gets fussy, she gets cranky, she screams, she cries, and she whines. And then she doesn't sleep well. And it's just the whole snowball effect. I can't believe that there's so many people that actually get too close enough to touch her when I won't let them touch her. That is scary too, because if I was a mother who was more willy-nilly about like, oh yeah, touch, hold, whatever. Like, there are mothers who do that, and people do different things, and that's fine, and they're allowed to do that. Some people love to see their babies being loved on by strangers. To me, that's just like, oh, there's germs there, there's stuff there, there's, you know, I want to teach my daughter not to do that. Like, but I mean, different strokes, different folks, different people, like, everyone does different things with their kids, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, though, I want my daughter to know that she owns her body, that no one else owns her, and that she has the right to say no. I don't want my daughter to grow up thinking that no is a bad word, or like, yes, it hurts her feelings when I tell her no. And it might hurt someone else's feelings when when she says no. But when her feelings are hurt, I tell her, you're allowed to cry. You could cry. You're allowed to cry. Doesn't it hurt when someone says no to you? But you're allowed to say no. And just like you're allowed to cry. You know, I don't want her to be stuck in a relationship with some guy or some woman that she doesn't love because she can't say no because they love her and she doesn't love them or something. You know, that happens sometimes. It does. And people get their hearts broken, and it's sad. But you have to be able to be like, no, this isn't what I need. This isn't what I want. I'm so sorry you're my friend. You're not my lover. Or I'm so sorry you're my friend. You're not something more, you know, and that has to be okay. That has to be just fine. And so yeah, I just want her to be independent and loving and caring, but just able to say and say what she needs and wants. Like, I don't know what I'd do if someone ever walked away with my baby. Like, I was in Walmart even last year, the year before. I wasn't pregnant. I didn't have my baby yet. This little girl had to be 2 or 3. Her mother was checking out. This little girl walks over to me. I'm sitting on the bench outside the haircut place. I'm waiting for my turn to get my hair cut, right? She walks over to me. I'm writing in my notebook. Actually, I was doing a journal. And she looks at me and goes, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm writing. And she's like, oh, really? She's like, I can't write. I'm like, one day you will. And so we're talking back and forth. And I'm just like, where is your mommy? And her mom is walking down the aisle while she is still standing next to me. What if I was something like, You worked 9 or 10 months, depending on how long your pregnancy was, maybe 8 months, to have that baby. You waited how many years? You waited how much time? How much did this little child, like, you waited a lifetime. You waited, these children are, there are children of the world. Like, they're amazing and they're beautiful, and there aren't that many bad people, but there are some bad people. Like, and you gotta teach your kids not to be just touched by everyone and everything. No, that's not right. They have a voice. They could say no. But, like, what if she was really close to me. She touched me a few times, and, like, she was, like, just chatty. Like, it looked like I knew her. And she, just being a Caucasian little girl, looks a lot like me. I could have grabbed that little girl's hand and walked out, and I don't think her mother would have even noticed. That is scary. All these kids that disappear, all these kids that are on the missing signs that you see everywhere. Why are there so many kids on the missing signs? Why are there so many kids missing? Why are they all disappearing? Why is that able to happen? Like, yeah, there's some, like, extreme cases, like that little girl who went missing when she was 11, and she didn't show back up for 18 years, who was in that guy's backyard. Like, that's extreme, and she was taken in a car, and I don't know how that wasn't caught by those people who went in and saw the house and stuff. I forget the little girl's name. And now she's an adult and she has 2 kids, but, like, by the guy who took her. But still, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't get how that's able to happen. I don't want that to happen. And I'm not physically strong. My hands are weak. Like, I'm holding my phone. My hand's, shaking a little bit. It's whatever. My hands are not very strong. I kind of ruined them at UPS. But, like, my hands are weak. I carry me, so I do. If someone ever were to grab my kid or something, and I wear my daughter a lot because it's so much easier to carry her. I could carry her 24/7 in a sling. I wear her. I love her. Of course I wear her, But I don't get how it's able to happen so easily. I don't get, like, that's just a reason to be super cautious. Like, you don't want your kids to go that way, Alright, I gotta wake him up because he got a message. That's it for my update.